I never thought revenge would taste like eggnog spiked with hemlock. But there I was, toasting to family ties that bind tighter than a noose. Mom's words hit like a gut punch wrapped in tinsel. Sophia, honey, you're too broke to even buy a decent gift. Stick to the cheap wine this year. The room froze, forks hovering midair, my siblings' eyes darting like cornered rats. But I just smiled. Because tonight, in her skin, I'd make her choke on every lie she'd force-fed me for years. What they didn't know, what no one could, was that I wasn't Sophia anymore. I was her. And she was trapped in the wreckage of my life, unraveling thread by thread. It started 6 months ago, back in the sticky heat of a Phoenix summer, when the world I knew cracked open like a piñata full of razor blades. I'd just gotten out of county lockup after serving 18 months for embezzlement, a crime I didn't commit, but one that carried Mom's fingerprints all over it. She was Evelyn Hargrove, the queen bee of Hargrove Investments, a mid-tier firm in Scottsdale that peddled retirement dreams to soccer moms and sunburnt retirees. Power suits, pearl necklaces, and a smile that could sell ice to Eskimos.
Me?
I was the dutiful daughter, fresh out of community college with a business degree and stars in my eyes, handling the grunt work, reconciling accounts, chasing down late payments, the invisible glue holding her empire together. The betrayal wasn't a thunderclap, it was a slow poison drip. One night, after hours in the office, I'd stumbled on discrepancies, millions siphoned into offshore accounts, clients' nest eggs vanishing like smoke. I confronted her, voice shaking in the fluorescent hum.
Mom,
This isn't right. We have to report it. Her eyes, those sharp hazel lasers, softened into something predatory. Sophia, baby, it's not what you think. Trust me. But trust? That was the first casualty. By morning, the feds were at my door, badges flashing, warrants waving my name like a scarlet letter. She'd framed me, planted the digital trails, coached me into signing off on dummy transfers, then played the shocked widow when the auditors came calling. Her motive? A gambling habit that had her 6 figures deep in Vegas debts, courtesy of high-roller poker nights with shady developers. I took the fall to keep her clean, her little sacrifice for the family legacy. 18 months in a cell block that smelled like despair and bleach, watching my 20s evaporate while she schmoozed at charity galas, toasting to my misunderstanding. Parole came with a bus ticket and a cardboard box of regrets. I crashed at a Fleabag motel off I-17, scraping by on temp gigs, waitressing at a dive bar where the tips were greasy as the fries, dodging calls from collection agencies. Mom? She sent holiday cards with passive-aggressive notes. Chin up. Soft. Family forgives. Forgives? Like she hadn't buried me alive. But the real kicker was the swap. It happened on a freak monsoon night, the kind that turns Arizona dust to mud rivers. I'd driven out to her McMansion in the gated community of Gainey Ranch, pounding on the door with a bottle of rock-up bourbon and a demand for the truth. Rain lashed the windows like accusations. She opened the door in her silk robe, martini in hand, reeking of Chanel and indifference. Sophia, not now. It's Christmas in July. For God's sake. We argued in the foyer, voices echoing off marble floors. You ruined me.
Mom.
For what? Cards and cocktails? She laughed. That brittle cackle. You were always too soft. This business eats the weak. Something snapped, maybe the lightning cracking outside, or the way her shadow warped on the wall. A migraine hit me like a freight train, vision blurring to double. She clutched her temples too.
Staggering.
Then blackness. When I woke, sprawled on Persian rugs, the world felt
off.
My hands, her hands, manicured nails, liver spots faint under the rings. I bolted to the hall mirror, and there she was, Evelyn staring back, but with my fire in the eyes. Across the room, in my threadbare jeans and faded ASU hoodie,
Was me.
or her.
Trapped in my shell.
What the fuck? We both whispered, voices overlapping in stereo horror. Science couldn't explain it. Quantum glitch. Divine joke. Curse from some Hopi ghost we'd pissed off hiking Sedona trails as kids. We spent the next hours testing. Pinched the arm, hers hurt mine. Down a shot, her buzz hit my veins. It was real. Irreversible. As far as we could tell. Panic morphed to calculation. For her, opportunity, slip into my nobody life. Lay low till the heat died. For me, a loaded gun, cocked and gleaming. In her body, I had access, codes, contacts, the keys to her kingdom. And with Christmas looming, the ultimate stage for payback. She'd always preached family first, holidays as theater. This year, I'd rewrite the script. The first week was a crash course in Evelyn 101. Her walk, heels clicking with authority, not my slouch. Her voice, honeyed drawl masking steel, not my Arizona twang. I practiced in her ensuite bathroom, steam from the rain shower fogging the glass. Darling, past the caviar, I'd purr, then gag at the entitlement. Her calendar was a minefield, brunch with the ladies' auxiliary, board meetings at the firm, a surprise visit from my brother, Tyler, the golden boy who'd inherited her ruthlessness, but none of the charm. He pulled up in his Tesla, all bro hugs and backslaps.
Mom.
You look rested. Prison time agree with you. I froze, then channeled her frost. Mind your tone.
Ty.
Sophia's learning her lesson. He bought it. Oblivious. Chattering about his latest flip, a condo in Tempe he'd acquired through some shady lien foreclosure. Nights were the worst. Her body ached in ways mine never had, arthritic twinges from years of power yoga and Merlot. I'd lie in her king bed, Egyptian cotton whispering secrets, scrolling her phone. Buried in apps, text to a burner number. Debt paid. Keep the pics coming. Blackmail fodder? No. Worse, insurance. She'd hedged her bets, documenting my confession in forged emails, timestamps doctored to hell. One folder, labeled contingency, held grainy shots me. Mid-argument that night, face twisted in rage. Planted evidence for round 2 if I ever surfaced. The bitch had planned for my resurrection. But power corrupts, they say. And it started seeping in. I logged into Hargrove Investments' backend. Her biometrics unlocked it like a lover's sigh. Client files glowed on the screen. Widows' IRAs gutted. Veterans' pensions rerouted. I began small diversions. A wire here, a hold there, funneling crumbs to my motel account. $5,000 in a week. Enough for a decent suit and a PI. On retainer. The detective, a grizzled ex-cop named Ruiz, dug dirt. Mom's trail led to a syndicate of real estate sharks. The kind who developed neighborhoods by eminent domain strong-arm. She'd laundered their bribes through the firm, using me as the fall guy to cut ties clean. Your ma's connected. Kid. Ruiz grunted over diner coffee. Mess with her, you mess with ghosts. Controversy brewed early. At the firm, I fired her assistant, a mousy enabler named Carla who testified against me in depositions. You're out, I said, Evelyn's pen slashing her pink slip. Whispers rippled. Evelyn's cracking, postmenopausal rage? HR called it discriminatory. I called it justice. Then Tyler cornered me in the boardroom.
Mom.
What's with the audits? Clients are bolting. I leaned in, her perfume a weapon. Clean house. Son. Or join the dust. He stormed out, but not before I glimpsed fear. Good. Let him squirm. As leaves turned rust in the valley of the sun, I plotted the holiday hit. Christmas at the ranch, annual extravaganza. 20 relatives crammed into her sprawl, catered by some fusion place doing turkey tacos. Invitation list included Dad's ghost. He'd bailed post-divorce, funding her habits from afar, and my sister Lila, the artsy dropout who'd ghosted me in lockup. Theme: Yuletide forgiveness. Ironic, right? I'd play the magnanimous matriarch, doling grace, laced with venom. But doubts gnawed. In her skin, I felt the pull, her addictions, the thrill of a closed deal, the solitude of command. One night, buzzed on her gray goose, I almost called it off. Mirror me smirked. You're her now. Soft. Own it.
No.
This was reconnaissance, a Trojan horse for reckoning. The swap's mechanics haunted me. Why us? Blood ties. Maybe DNA echo chamber amplifying the glitch. She'd begged for reversal rituals, sage smudges, crystal healers from Sedona spas. I humored her, slipping Sophia sedatives in my old life, watching from afar as she floundered, bounced checks at the motel, catcalled on bus lines. Poetic, watching her unravel in my poverty. November blurred into prep. I hired a forger for docs, greased palms for access. Ruiz uncovered the buried secret. The embezzlement wasn't just debts. Mom had a half-sibling, Uncle Ray, a disgraced accountant she'd scapegoated years back, dying in a suicide that reeked of cover-up. I'd borne her sins twice over, his fall primed mine. The twist? Ray's journals, unearthed by Ruiz, fingered her in a Ponzi that tanked families pre-2008. She'd risen from those ashes, Phoenix style, on my impending pyre. Decisions darkened. Controversial? Hell yes. I leaked anonymized files to a whistleblower blog. Valley Vultures, sparking headlines. Scottsdale's Scion's shadow empire? Stocks dipped. She fielded calls from her Sophia persona, voice cracking as reporters hounded the wrong prey. I attended her women's circle, dropping hints. Family's everything, until they stab you in the back. Gasps. Side eyes. Power's drug. But revenge? That's heroin. As Tinseltown's lit up, the tension coiled. Tyler proposed a intervention dinner, code for ambush. I countered with holiday invites, RSVPs ticking like bombs. Lila confirmed, tentative, miss you. Softer. Mom. Slips happened. I covered with Evelyn's laugh. The real me, in my body, lurked shadows, delivered gifts of eviction notices. Her motel room raided for suspicious packages. Empty. But terror enough. Christmas Eve dawned crisp. Saguaros dusted white from rare flurries. The house thrummed, caterers hauling chafing dishes, garlands dripping from beams. I donned her emerald gown, heirloom pearls choking like a collar. Mirror check, flawless. but eyes mine storm gray, unyielding. Guests trickled, aunts with Botox smiles, cousins nursing grudges from last year's will whispers. Tyler arrived with his trophy wife, all teeth and tension. Lila last, hugging awkward. You seem
Different.
stronger. I clinked her glass. Wine loosens the tongue.
Dear.
Dinner tableau, turkey carved, candles guttering. Toast circled health, prosperity. Then mine. I rose. Evelyn's poise a second skin. To family. The ties that transform us. Eyes on me. Expectant. Sophia couldn't make it. Too broke.
You see.
But she's here in spirit. Snickers rippled. Mom's old jabs echoed. The hook sank deeper. Actually, let's talk broke. Remember the firm? Those missteps? Forks paused. Tyler choked on stuffing.
Mom.
Not now. I pressed. Voice velvet over gravel. Why not? Secrets fester like fruitcake. I pulled a phone. Cued video. Grainy footage from Ray's journals. Narrated cold, her schemes. My frame. The syndicate strings. Gasps. Accusations flew. Lila bolted.
Sobbing.
Tyler lunged. You're unhinged. Security, my plants, hauled him. Aunts fled. Calling lawyers. Chaos reigned. Delicious. But the real feast was her. From the shadows. In my body. She watched, eyes wild. Fists clenched. As sirens wailed, anonymous tip to feds. I approached. Her face mind twisted in rage. You bitch, she hissed. This is me. My life. I leaned in, breath mingling, hers now mine. Was Evelyn. Merry Christmas. The climax crested in the study. Post-evacuation. She cornered me. My hands, around her throat.
No.
My throat. Swap back.
Now.
Struggle blurred. Bodies grappling. Lightning flashback from that night. Pain lanced. Vision split. Then twist. We separated. But not swapped. I blinked. Still her.
But. Wait.
Her face. In my body. Contorted not in triumph, but horror. Sophia? Oh God. No. The truth inverted like a bad trip. It wasn't a swap. Never was. Hypnosis. Ruiz confessed later, deep cover session he'd arranged. Planting false memories to bait her confession. The body illusion? Gaslighting via accomplices. Mirrors. Drugs in her martini that night. I'd been Evelyn all along.
No, wait.
Unraveling. Flashback clarity. The confrontation. Her fainting. My blackout from spiked bourbon. Her doing. To silence. I'd woken bound. Ruiz and a therapist puppeteering the swap narrative to crack her. Months of therapy disguised as immersion. Me role-playing her to draw out admissions. The power. The aches. Placebo and props. Tyler's fear. The leaks? Real. But amplified by her paranoia. The real Sophia, me, had been catatonic. Hidden in a clinic. Piecing sanity while Evelyn confessed on tape. The frame. The debts. Ray's murder, pushed from a balcony. Not suicide. She'd crumbled under the illusion. Spilling to her daughter's ghost. Cops swarmed as dawn broke. Cuffing her, me, no. Her in my shell. But it was her soul they chained. I shed the gown. Ruiz handing my hoodie. You did it.
Kid.
Closure. Ending? Debatable. She rots in Supermax. Penitent letters begging forgiveness. Firms seized. Clients repaid from her vaults. Tyler stripped. Lila's thriving in therapy.
Me?
Sophia again. Scarred but standing. Toasting eggnog solo. Last laugh? Hers. In a way, family's fracture permanent. Or mine. Chains broken. You decide. But on that Christmas morn, as snow dusted the ranch, I whispered to the mirror, true me. Too broke?
Nah.
Priceless. The aftermath hung like holiday haze. Thick and disorienting. The kind that makes you question if the eggnog was laced with more than regret. I'd won. Right? Mom, Evelyn, in stripes. Her empire crumbled to IRS auctions and tabloid fodder. Scottsdale socialite's daughter hoax. The swap that wasn't. Headlines screamed it. Painting me the vengeful ingenue. Her the Machiavellian matron. Talk shows booked me. Sophia Hargrove, from frame job to freedom. But freedom? It tasted like ash in a champagne flute. Bubbly, but bitter. January thawed the valley. Bringing resolutions no one kept. I moved into a one-bed in Tempe. Subsidized by restitution checks, ironic handouts from her sins. Days blurred. Therapy sessions with Dr. Kessler, the shrink who'd orchestrated the swap psyop with Ruiz. It was extreme measures. Sophia, he'd say. Glasses fogging under AC vents. But she confessed. You reclaimed your narrative. Narrative. Like life was a pitch deck for her boardroom.
Nights. Though.
The ghosts partied hard. Dreams of that foyer fight. Rain pounding like accusations. Her hands, stronger than mine, clamping my throat. I'd wake gasping. Sheets twisted. Whispering. It was real. Had to be. Ruiz called it breakthrough. I called a haunting. He vanished post-case. Off to chase bounties in Nogales. Leaving a burner number and a warning. Syndicate doesn't forget.
Kid.
Watch your six. Spring bloomed cacti flowers. Mocking my barren patch. Lila resurfaced. Tentative coffees at cartel. Irony in the name. Soft. I believed her. The letters. The visits I thought you were. Lost. Her eyes. Green like Dad's.
Brimmed.
Forgiveness flowed easy for her. Artist soul untethered by ledgers. We rebuilt slow. Gallery openings. Her watercolors of saguaros bleeding red. Tyler? Radio silence. Till a certified letter. Disinheritance clause invoked. His flips foreclosed. He cornered me at a gas station off the 101. Eyes bloodshot. You destroyed us. Soft. For what? Mom's a monster. Yeah. But you're no saint. I laughed. Pumping premium. Saints don't survive hell.
Ty.
He peeled out. Tires screeching like banshees. Controversy clung like monsoon humidity. Online forums dissected the Hargrove hoax. Body swap scam trended. Podcasters debating ethics. Was the gaslight justice or torture? Feminists hailed me. Daughters rising against matriarchal abuse. Conservatives decried. Vigilante psy-war erodes trust. I dodged interviews. But one slipped through local news. Anchor with Botox gleam. Sophia. Was it worth the deception? Your mother's rotting, biologically yours. After all. Camera hot on my face. I leaned in. Blood's just chemistry. Justice? That's choice. Cut to commercial. But the clip went viral. 2 million views by dawn. Power's echo lingered. In her skin those months, I'd tasted command, decisions rippling like stones in a koi pond, affecting lives downstream.
Now.
Back in mine, I craved it. Applied to ASU night classes. Business track. Irony thick as thesis paper. Professor Hale, a grizzled ex-CEO, pulled me aside after lecture. Hargrove.
Huh?
Your story's legend here. But legends bleed. What's your angle?
Angle?
Survival. Rebuild what she broke, I said. He nodded. Syllabus marked with red ink. Ethics module starred. Summer scorched. Temps kissing 115. Melting resolve. A package arrived, no sender. Brown wrap innocuous. Inside, Ray's journal. Full copy. Pages dog-eared at the murder entry. Evelyn pushed me, said I'd ruin the family. Scribbles detailed the Ponzi. Her seduction of investors. His conscience crack. But tucked in back, a photo. Faded Polaroid.
Me.
Toddler age. On her lap at a casino. Her arm possessive. Caption. My little ace. Keep her clean.
Clean?
She'd groomed me from diapers. Invisible threads pulling me to the ledger's edge. Doubts festered. Was the frame accident? Or design? Kessler's tapes played in my head, her confession slurred. Sophia was perfect, trusting, pliable. Had to protect the legacy.
Protect?
Or propel. I drove to Perryville. Women's lockup in Goodyear. Barbed wire glinting under desert sun. Visiting room sterile. Vending hum. She shuffled in. Orange jumpsuit swallowing her frame. Hair gray-streaked. Eyes hollow. Soft. Voice mine. But cracked. We sat. Plexiglass between. Phones greasy. Why? Mom? Ray me. The pattern. She traced the cord. Nail bitten. You were always the strong one.
I.
Borrowed it. Borrowed. Like a sweater. Not a soul. The swap, I pressed. Felt real. Your fear real. She leaned close. Breath fogging.
It was.
In here. Tap temple. You made me live it. My hell. Tears tracked. Mascara rivers. Pity stirred. Unwelcome. Forgive, she whispered. I hung up. No answer. Drive back. 10 East clogged with RVs fleeing heat. Billboards hawked miracles. Faith healers. Crypto schemes. Her world. Fall whispered change. Leave scarce but wind sharp. Lila's exhibit. Fractured ties. Abstracts of chains in crimson. I bought the centerpiece. Hung it over my couch. Reminder. Not relic. Tyler caved.
Email terse. Coffee?
Truce. We met at a strip mall Starbucks. Him in chinos. Me in jeans. Lost the Tesla. The wife bailed. You? I sipped. Black. Gaining ground. He deflated.
Mom.
She wired me warnings. Said you'd come for us all. Warnings? From cell block. Paranoia as gift, I said. We parted uneasy. But seeds planted, family. Fragile as succulents. The real tension coiled with the syndicate. Ruiz's number pinged. Ghost circling. Lay low.
Low?
I dove deeper. Interning at a non-profit auditing firm's poacher turned gamekeeper. Colleague. Mia. A Latina firebrand with tattoos peeking from cuffs. Clocked my jitters. Hargrove baggage? Own it. We expose wolves here. Nights. We'd pour over spreadsheets. Her coffee strong as her laugh. Sparks flew, not romance, but alliance. You're not her, she'd say. You're you. Thanksgiving loomed. Dry turkey of obligation. Lila hosted. Vegan spread in her loft. Tyler showed. Dateless. Carving tofu awkward. Toast skirted edges. To new chapters. Laughter tentative. But real. Post-feast. Mia texted. Lead on a developer tied to Mom's old crew. Me tomorrow? I did. Stakeout in her Civic. Binoculars on a strip mall rising over barrios. Eminent domain bullshit, she spat. Displacing families for condos. My blood boiled. Echoes of her schemes. We snapped plates, bribes, handshakes. This goes public. Heads roll. But controversy's blade cuts both. Leak hit Alt Weekly. Whistleblower daughter targets old guard. Backlash swift, threats in my inbox. Tires slashed. Tyler called. Panicked, soft. Stop. They're connected. Dad's ghost bankrolled it.
Dad.
The absentee. Funding from afar. Secret buried deeper. He'd known. Enabled. Then fled to Cabo with a mistress half his age. Decisions weighed heavy.
Drop the story.
Safe or press? Pandora's box? I chose fire. Press conference. Mia at my side. No more shadows. Justice for the displaced. Cameras flashed. Questions pelted. Risking family again. One jabbed. Family's the risk. I shot back. Winter gripped early. Chills unnatural. Christmas redux approached. Lila's invite. No drama. Just us. Us, scarred but stitching. But the ghosts hungered. A call from Perryville. Evelyn. Deteriorating, cancer. Stage 4. See me? Soft. End it right. The drive was purgatory. 347 winding through dust devils. Her cell now. Not visiting, compassionate release pending.
But bedbound.
She looked small. For dripping mercy. My girl. Hand cold in mine. The swap.
Taught me.
You were always the heart. Confession trickled. Dad's complicity. Ray's push self-defense twisted by panic. I chose wrong. Every time. Forgiveness? A word. Not a key. Back home. Package 2. Polaroid's twin. Me older. Her teaching poker, bluffing lessons. Note scrawled. Ace up your sleeve. Play it. Her. From beyond? Climax brewed not in festivity, but fallout. Syndicate struck. Fire at Mia's office. Files ash. She blamed me. Your war. Soft. Not mine. Alliance cracked. Tyler vanished. Rumors of flight to Mexico. Lila withdrew. Painting black. New Year's Eve. Alone with champagne flat. I cracked. Dialed Ruiz. Ghosts winning. His voice gravel. Fight smarter. Use the ace. The ace? Journal's addendum. Ruiz's secret. Coordinates to a safe, Mom's offshore. Untouched by feds. I flew. Puddle jumper to Caymans. Humidity slapping like judgment. Vault cold. Contents damning. Ledgers linking syndicate to senators. Bribes and bullion. Jackpot. Return.
Armed.
Press drop. Full expose. Anonymous but sourced. Headlines erupted. Hargrove legacy, rot at the root. Arrests cascaded, developers cuffed, politicians resigning. Mia called. Thaw. Damn. Soft. Legend. But twist shadow, Evelyn's deathbed tape. Smuggled by guard. Sophia. The cancer. Karma? Or convenient? Coughs racked. One lie left. The frame wasn't me. Dad pushed your fall. His insurance. I took blame to shield him. Reversal gutted. Him. The ghost. Puppeteer all along. She'd borne it. Twisted maternal. Debate raged. Villain or victim. Her end. Quiet in hospice. Me absent. Funeral sparse. Lila scattered ashes in Sedona. Red Rock witness. Tyler surfaced. Sober. Build with me? Alliance tentative. Ending? I thrive. Nonprofit head. Mia partner in crime fighting. Family men's. Fractures scarred beautiful. Last laugh?
Dad's.
In exile? Or mine? Truth's torch. You tell me. Resurrection's a bitch. Especially when it wears your father's aftershave and a perpetual smirk. February's chill lingered. An uninvited guest at the negotiation table I'd set with fate. The expose had scorched earth, syndicate bosses pleading. Their empires folding like cheap lawn chairs under monsoon rain. Mia and I rode the wave. Our org bloated with donors. Empower the exposed, branded on tees and tote bags. But victory's high faded fast, leaving me staring at ceilings cracked like old ledgers, wondering if I'd tallied wrong. Dad's revelation from Evelyn's tape gnawed like termites in drywall. Him, Walter Hargrove. The silver fox who'd traded diapers for distilleries. Building a tequila empire south of the border while we scraped in Scottsdale. Post-divorce. Checks arrived regular as tequila hangovers. But visits? Rare as honest politicians. I'd idolized the myth. Adventurer. Provider. Now, architect of my abyss. The frame? His syndicate ties demanded a patsy. I was expendable collateral. Evelyn. Complicit but cornered. Flipped the script to protect her legacy. Me a shield. Then sword. I hired a fixer. Ex-FBI with a mustache like a broom and fees that stung. Walter Slippery.
Kid.
Cabo condos. Numbered accounts. But ghosts leave trails. Trails led to a beachfront villa. Whitewashed walls hiding sins. I flew solo. Economy squeezed to Cancun. Then shuttle south. Air thick with salt and regret. Palm fronds whispering indictments. He answered the door in linen slacks. Tanned, eternal. Eyes crinkling false. Sophia? My God. Look at you, Evelyn's fire. But sharper. Hug stiff. Cologne overpowering. Inside, infinity pool overlooking Pacific. Bar stocked with his labels. Tequila? On me. I declined. Perching on rattan. Cut the charm.
Dad.
The tape, your push. His laugh. Baritone rumble. Eve always dramatized. Business. Soft. Harsh. But necessary. Conversation uncoiled like barbed wire. He admitted nudges, pressuring her debts, suggesting the offshore pivot, even whispering the frame to toughen me. You were soft, like her. Jail? Character builder. Builder? It forged chains. I pressed. Ray. Smoke from his cigar curled evasive. Collateral. He talked too much. Murder confessed casual as cocktail specs. Controversy? I recorded it, Tiny mic in my necklace. A gift from Mia. For the wolves, she quipped. Back stateside. Drop to feds. Hargrove Sr., tequila tycoon or cartel cousin? Warrants issued. His empire seized. Bottles impounded. Distillery shuttered. Headlines howled. Father-daughter feud. From frame to flight. He vanished. Whispers of a yacht to Belize. Spring equinox brought balance. Or so Kessler preached. Therapy delved deeper. The swap illusion. Your subconscious reclaiming power. Power. I'd wielded it in her skin. Decisions rippling. Firings. Leaks. The dinner debacle.
Now.
Ethical quandaries plagued. Expose Dad fully. Drag Lila through mud? Tyler begged off. Let sleeping dogs. Soft. We're cleanish. Cleanish. The family motto. Lila's wedding loomed. May. Desert botanical garden. Boho chic with succulents and string lights. Groom. A sculptor. Gentle as his clay. Walk me, she asked. Eyes hopeful. I did. Arm linked. Vows echoing under moonflower vines. Reception. Toasts to second chances. Tyler. Best man. Slurred. To Soph the unbreaker. Laughter. But his grip lingered. Needy. Post-honeymoon. He pitched. Partner? Clean flips. Legit. Temptation tugged. Legacy redeemed. I signed. Caveats ironclad. Audits quarterly. Ethics clause etched. Summer solstice sizzled. Internship swelling to full-time. Mia and I clashed creative. Her firebrand leaks versus my measured strikes. You're going corporate. Soph. She'd accuse over tacos al pastor. Her ghost. Fights flared. Makeup sexless but fierce. Hugs in war rooms. Plotting next takedown. A developer bust. Eminent domain halted. Families housed. Victory lap. Bar crawl in Mill Avenue. Shots burning truth. But buried secrets surfaced like geysers. Anonymous email. Coordinates to a Reno storage. Walter's contingency. I drove. 17 North cutting deserts. AC blasting doubts. Unit dim. Fluorescence buzzing. Boxes. Ledgers pre-Ponzi. Evelyn's handwriting young. His influence early. Grooming her schemes. Photo album. Us kids. Him absent but shadows long. No clipped. Soph, your move.
Love.
The ghost. Move? I burned it. Flames licking metal drum. Ash to wind. But embers lingered. Fall foliage foe in palms. Halloween haunts metaphorical. Tyler's first flip. Eco condos in South Phoenix. Greenwashed but genuine. Groundbreaking. Shovels in red dirt. Press snapping. Hargrove airs heel. Caption read. Lila pregnant. Glow soft. Anti-soft. Joy spiked. Untainted. Thanksgiving redux. Our table. No ghosts. Turkey brined. Mia included. Tentative. Thawing. Toasts. To fractures mended. Laughter genuine. Pie sweet. Winter solstice whispered warnings. Dad's trail. Belize bust. Extradition pending. Call from feds. Testify. Decisions controversial. Face him in court. Relive the frame? Or ghost him? Closure internal? I chose court. Miami federal. Humidity heavy as handcuffs. Trial tableau. Him dapper in seersucker. Me in power suit. Her echo.
But mine.
Testimony. Voice steady. Tape playing his drawl. Character builder. Echoing absurd. Jury gasped. He glared. Unrepentant. Verdict. Guilty. 20 plus. As marshals led him. Whisper. Proud. Soft. You played the hand. Proud?
Pyrrhic.
Post-trial. Mia proposed. Us. Official? Partners. All in. Heart-stuttered love. Or alliance armored. Yes, breath caught. Christmas circled. Third act. Lila's tree trimming. Belly round. Tyler's gift. Deed to a unit. Yours. Rent-free. I reciprocated. Family trust. Seeded from restitution. Eve dinner. Fire crackling. Carols low. Toast circled. Till last laughs. Mia's hand in mine.
Warm.
But phone buzzed. Evelyn's old number. Reassigned? Text. Too broke? Never. Watch the stars. Dad's doing? Or ether. Midnight. Balcony gaze. Constellations winking. Twist inverted again. No final reversal. Just cycles, betrayals birthing strengths. Ending? Happy. In mosaics. Tragic. In scars. Debatable. Eternally. Cycles spin relentless. Like slot machines in a Vegas dive. Spitting jackpots or jack shit depending on the pull. By New Year's 2026, I'd pulled enough to cash out, sort of. The org thrived. Mia and I tag-teaming exposés from a loft office overlooking the Salt River. Windows framing herons and high-rises clawing sky. Tyler's developments dotted skylines. Green certifications gleaming. Lila birthed a boy. Elias. Echo of Uncle Ray. Unspoken.
Me?
Sophia Hargrove. 31 going on ancient. Scars mapping a atlas of almosts. Dad's incarceration didn't silence. Letters arrived. Prison stationery crisp. Soft. The game's rigged. Play outside it. Philosophy from a felon.
Rich.
I filed them. Unopened mostly. But one cracked the seal. The swap? My idea. Told Eve it'd break you or make you. Make me. The illusion. His brainchild, whispered to her pre-frame. A psychological nuke for contingencies. Reversal upon reversal, he'd engineered the psyop seed. Betting I'd crumble or conquer. Controversy crested with the docuseries pitch. Swapped secrets. The Hargrove reckoning. Netflix scouts descended. Checks fat. Your voice. Raw. Producer gushed over quinoa bowls. I balked. Exploitation? Or exorcism? Kessler weighed. Claim the narrative fully. I signed. Filming in raw cuts. Reenactment sans gore. Actors channeling our fractures. Premiere, Sundance buzz. Debates raging. Trauma porn or triumph tale? Walkouts and standing O's. Polarizing perfect. Spring surged. Elias baptism a desert oasis. Chapel adobe. Vows in Spanish-English weave. Godparents. Me and Tyler. Unlikely duo. Lila beamed. Full circle. Post-ceremony. Mia pulled me aside. Ring? Soon. Nerves fluttered. Commitment. Not cage. Summer storms brewed literal and lit. Syndicate remnants sued. Defamation. Millions claimed. Courtroom redux. But this time armored lawyers sharks. Evidence iron. Judge. Dismissed. Truths, no libel. Victory parade. Team tacos. Horchata toasts. But shadows lengthened. Anonymous calls. Ghosts remember. Security cams installed. Sleep fractured. Fall harvest yielded fruits bittersweet. Tyler confessed over bourbon neat. Dad wired me hush money knew the frame. Betrayal echo. But he returned it. Anonymous donation to the org. Clean slate. Forgiveness. Conditional. Thanksgiving feast. Extended now. Mia's familia folding in abuela's tamales steaming. Stories swapping sins. Laughter layered. Healing horizontal. Winter's grip gentled. Christmas a ritual reclaimed. Tree baubled with heirlooms, Evelyn's ornaments. Ray's carved angels. Gifts modest. Books for Elias. Tools for Tyler's builds. Vigil. Carol's acoustic. Mia's voice husky on a holy night. Midnight mass skipped for home hearth. As snow flurried rare. Phone pinged. Final text. Traced to Belize burner. Last laughs shared.
Ace.
Walter. No threat. Benediction? I deleted. Unburdened. Climax quiet. Dawn walk. Salt river murmuring. Mia joined. Hand laced. Future, she asked. Ours, I said. Proposal under cottonwoods. Ring simple. Silver band etched unswapped. Wedding spring. Rooftop. Phoenix skyline witness. Vows. In fractures. We forge. Dance floor spun. Elias gurgling. Tyler toasting to unbreakables. Years blurred montage. Or global.
Exposé mi bund.
Lila's clan grew. Tyler's empire ethical. Dad paroled early. Gray ghost in assisted living, letters now recipes. Tequila free. Visit once. Proud. Soft. This time. Earned. Ending? Hagiography or hubris. Happy in harmonies. Tragic in tolls unspoken. Reader. Your verdict, laugh last. Or echo eternal.